Hey, what's up, guys? Quick setting videos on grain in 4K Blu-rays. It's the foe I didn't think I'd be battling at this resolution. However, I feel that dynamic range or high dynamic range has added grain that wasn't quite as evident. And sometimes it creates a softer image, and it was my biggest disappointment in regards to some 4K Blu-rays that received very, very high reviews. Underworld was one of my favorite guilty pleasures, and I found it to be the grainiest movie that I had, to the point where I didn't even want to watch it. Now, keep in mind, I'm also pretty close to a 75-inch display. You won't see as much grain the further you are back, but arguably the further you're away, the less 4K is evident to the eye. So quickly, this is, let's see, out of the box, what do we have? Okay, we're at Vivid. We don't want Vivid. But when I was in Standard, guys, and I tried watching it this way, and what I wanted to show you guys, it's not as evident, but I tried keeping the clarity tabs kind of on, high, auto, trying to see if they help with the grain structure, because as they're advertised in reality creation, if you click on it, adjust fineness and noise for realistic picture. So I see why you guys pump a lot of this stuff up. And in certain movies and certain games, it does an amazing job. But I find in grainy picture or grainy films, it doesn't help but add more grain, which is really counterintuitive and kind of misleading. So I tried all these on high. It didn't help. It actually created more noise. So I understand why some of you guys are struggling. So what I found helped, let's go into custom. Now, custom I found to be brighter, and standard are very, very bright. But in custom, I tried using some of my previous settings that I did in Cinema Pro, which did help. But custom, what I wanted to show you guys, that one thing that can add an incredible amount of grain, but is behaving differently, is look at live color. Now, live color is supposed to add vividness to colors. Watch how bright the image is in film as I turn it off. Oh, that's medium, I'm sorry. Let's go live color. Look how bright that is. Off. Which doesn't make much sense, but it just shows you that some of these settings behave very differently in different presets. In gaming, live color really only makes the game more vibrant. It doesn't really increase the brightness. So this one, guys, if you see it and you're like, wow, that's going to make it brighter, just keep in mind, again, it's going to bring out the flaws, and it's artificially pushing that backlight. So again, a weird, misleading setting. So standard, I'm sorry, that's custom. We're going to go back into CinePro where we were before, or where I was before. And what helps me the most, and I know I've talked about not using this setting, but only one I ever found that really helped me with grain. Because HDR is making you push the backlight to max, as well as extended dynamic range, and as well as your gamma. These are the things that they push to max manually, so I wouldn't mess around with those. The one I did mess around with a little bit that did help was black level, which is essentially brightness. The display is pushing everything to max. I wouldn't change those, but everything else is fair game. Anything else you want to change, you're not really going to mess with HDR. If that was the case, then black level would be maxed to 50 regardless of what the setting is. So try messing with the black level. Don't go below the standard is 50. Any higher, you're going to wash out the image. Any lower than, I'd say, 45, and you'll begin to crush the blacks. So this is the only setting, guys, that I saw that really helped me with grain, was to lower the black level slightly. It helped me in 1080p, also helped me in 4K Blu-rays. All the other things that we would normally shut off, guys, are on due to, they're due to 4K Blu-rays. They want these things up high. The minute you take them off, you're going to mess with the HDR. So try that, guys. Go into CinePro or CineHome, as they are the most suitable for movies. Venture out to whatever you guys want to do, but this is one that I would mess with a little bit, is mess with that black level. See if you can lower it as long as black adjust is on high. Try dropping it down a few notches. See if it helps. See if it helps take some of the sting away from the image. I like the way it looks, and too low and it will crush the black levels, guys, but try that, see if it helps. I'm sorry I don't have more to offer, but that's all I have right now. Take care.